I had a feeling I'd be talking to you guys at some point very soon because we all knew change was coming for the Toronto Maple Leafs, but I thought it was going to be after I posted the season review off-season preview video, but no, Kyle Dubas beat me to it as he makes the first trade of probably many to come as the Leafs trade Kasperi Kapanen, Jesper Lindgren, prospect Jesper Lindgren, defenseman, and Pontus Aberg, I guess technically the rights because he's playing in Russia right now, to the Pittsburgh Penguins for Evan Rodrigues, Filip Hallander, David Warsofsky, and Pittsburgh's first-round pick for this year. Let me start off with this. Any Leaf fan who thinks the Leafs got the bad end of this trade, you're nuts. You just hate Kyle Dubas, you fall in love with the name Kapanen, and that's all there is to it. You just love it because we got him for Phil Kessel and whatnot. The Leafs most definitely got the better end. Well, I guess we don't know because it's all future stuff. But as of right now, as of, August 25th, 2020, the Leafs got the better end of this trade. And here is why. Kasperi Kapanen, as we have all learned, has an incredible shot, has great speed, but his hockey IQ we're not too sure about. He's been a third line with the Leafs. Every time he's got an opportunity to play with Matthews and Tavares and guys like, he's really not performed. Now, it could be a change of scenery for him, and going to Pittsburgh and possibly playing with Crosby could change everything for him. Who knows? Right? But as of right now, Kasperi Kapanen was a movable piece. You needed to get rid of some salary cap. He had $3.2 million attached to it. The Pittsburgh Penguins needed some wingers. They got one. Jesper Lindgren, again, 23-year-old prospect defenseman for the Leafs. Really didn't turn out to be anything. He's in the AHL. I don't even know if he really played for the Marlies at all this year. If he did, it wasn't anything crazy. And Pontus Aberg, again, played for the Marlies. Then when their season got canceled, he went over to Russia. I think he's playing there now or he's done there now or whatnot. He went over there. So really nothing else other than Kapanen. Okay, so what did the Leafs get in return? Because Leaf fans don't really care about what they gave away because they know Kapanen and they're like, okay, the other two guys, whatever. What did the Leafs get in return? Well, let's start with the biggest piece that they acquired. The first-round pick of the Pittsburgh Penguins, 15th overall in this year's 2020 draft. Let me break this down for you real quick. The Leafs traded their first-round pick last year to get rid of Patrick Marleau's contract to the Carolina Hurricanes. So they did not have a first-round pick this year. They didn't have a first-round pick last year. Jake Muzzin deal. They traded it to LA. They needed to get a pick, and they got one in a very deep draft class. Apparently, it's a very deep draft, and you're right in the middle of the pack. You're 15th overall. That is a damn good draft pick if I do say so myself. Now, let's go to the next player. Filip Hallander, 20-year-old Swedish center. He's played in the Swedish league for the last couple of years. Again, apparently he's a very smart player. I think he's recently converted to the wing. He's the Penguins, one of the top 3 or 4 prospects in their system. Ideally, they're not a big prospect pool system, but you got one of their top guys, and apparently he's got a very good hockey IQ. So you're thinking to yourself, okay, we got our first-round pick. We got a young player who may turn out to be something. We have no idea. He's only 20 years old. And if he has a great hockey IQ, Swedish players are fantastic. Like, a lot of them are. We all know that. And you grab him, you get the first-round pick. Evan Rodrigues is an RFA this year. Everyone's like, well, whatever, it doesn't matter. Well, Evan Rodrigues could, and I mean, the reason I say could is because we have no idea, could possibly be the missing piece for the Leafs. People are like, what the heck are you talking about? Evan Rodrigues is a guy that is an RFA, and if the Leafs do re-sign him, they do plan on re-signing him, he could be probably not a third liner, more or less that fourth line wing spot. He's not a big guy, but he plays big, and that's something the Leafs don't have. He plays on the penalty kill. He's been a strict penalty killer for quite a long time. So that's something the Leafs were terrible at last year. So that's great news. And you got to realize, what did Kasperi Kapanen do? He played penalty kill time. You're gonna get probably a better defensive player in Evan Rodrigues than Kapanen. People are like, what are you talking? Wow, are you really gonna compare him like that? Well, Kapanen offensively, yeah, there's no doubt he's better than Rodrigues, without a doubt in my mind. But Evan Rodrigues, we have no idea. We have absolutely no clue what this guy's all about. Buffalo Sabre fans, even Pittsburgh fans, if you've seen enough of Rodrigues to kind of give me a breakdown about him, please do so. And David Warsofsky's a 30-year-old AHL defenseman, whatever, nothing crazy there. But this doesn't mean that the Leafs are done. They're not going to make any more trades. This is it. They're going to go into the year like this. That not even close. This is the first domino to fall. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. That is the first domino to fall for the Leafs. Because what ideally happened in this? You lost $3.2 million. Yes, you did not get a defenseman. But now you have some flexibility cap-wise. 3.2. Look, you're going to lose Cody Cece's $4 million or whatever heck he was making, 4 point something. You're going to lose Tyson Barrie's $4 million or whatever the Leafs were handling. I know Colorado retained some of it, but whatever the Leafs had. And yeah, the D-core looks kind of shoddy at that point. But you got to realize that $3.2 million of Kapanen, the $4 million of Barrie, and the $4 million of Cece. I know there's a little bit more for both guys. Or 3.2 was Kapanen. I don't know if the other two were more than 4. It's just I don't know the exact numbers. Do the math, guys. That's $11 million, maybe even a little bit more than $11 million to spend on a D-core. Now, obviously, you're not going to strip the whole D-core down. You got to realize that Travis Dermott, Jake Muzzin, Morgan Riley are probably staples on the defense core, and the other guys are kind of movable. There could be somebody else, but you could move a guy like Sandin into the rotation and put him in like the top 6 or whatnot. So it gives the Leafs more flexibility. Now, I'm going to say this. Do not be surprised if the Leafs at some point here move their first round pick they got. Don't be surprised. Because I've looked at a few mock drafts and whatnot, and you got to realize that this draft is not really a defense-heavy draft. Other than Jamie Drysdale, who I would dream to have on this team, going 5th overall right now, at least on the mock draft. There's really no other names that's going around. If there is, they're like splotched around. One's an 11. I think Sanderson's like a U.S. guy, and then 18th is Schneider, I think his name is. And that's it, right? There's nothing real crazy defense-wise in the draft. So if you're looking at that, but you got to remember, guys like Matthew Barzal was a name that I heard kind of went in that 15 range to the Islanders with the trade with the Edmonton Oilers, I think it was, for like Griffin Reinhart and the pick or whatever happened back then. And I think Barzal turned out pretty good. So for the Leafs, they got the first round pick. If they do decide to make the pick, fine. They get also a young center in Hallander to build up. Hallander is instantly your number 1 center prospect. I have Leafs Nation News too on Instagram. Great page to follow. This is the way they broke it down, and it's exactly right. The Leafs did very well here considering the flat cap, of course. Rodrigues is an RFA who made $2 million last year. So if he makes in and around there, okay, there you go. Hallander is instantly the Leafs' best center prospect, as apparently converted to the wing, and they get into the top half of a strong draft class. And you traded Kasperi Kapanen, who, we know what he is offensively. Again, could he do better in Pittsburgh alongside Crosby? He might do so. But for me, I look at this as a Leafs side, because we can't worry about what Kapanen could be with Pittsburgh, because then you're going to stress yourself out. For the Leafs, I sit here and I'm like, okay, they got a first-round pick in the top half of a very good draft class. You got Evan Rodrigues, who could be that grindy fourth-line guy that you don't have. You have Kyle Clifford, but again, he might not be here next year, so we don't know what's going to happen with Kyle Clifford. And you get Hallander, who's, like a pretty damn good center prospect who could even be a wing prospect, but he's another prospect to add to the pool. So where do the Leafs go wrong here? Honestly. People can't be angry at this move if you're a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. I get why Pittsburgh fans will be upset. I get that. But for Leaf fans, the people who are angry at this trade are just Dubas haters, and they're Leafs haters, right? They're people who are just super negative all the time. And those people, whatever, so be it. And they'll be right there for whenever the Leafs end up winning a Stanley Cup. They'll be right there ready to cheer them on, right? Because Kyle Dubas, signed those 4 big contracts. There's been a lot of hatred towards him. And I like that we have them on our team, but the money that they're all making, it makes it very difficult to make things happen, to be a Stanley Cup contending hockey team. So, with this move, it gives the Leafs and Kyle Dubas more flexibility to make something happen. Because they didn't really have that before. I understand $3.2 million maybe not is the biggest number, but it opens up a roster spot. And people think, well, Kapanen's gone now. Okay, Are you telling me that a guy like Nick Robertson can't just slide in there and make it happen? I mean, we saw him in those couple playoff games, and you can't tell me, you cannot sit here and tell me that Kasperi Kapanen and Robertson, you know, the shot on Robertson, you saw that first NHL goal he had. The shot on that kid is ridiculous. I'll talk about Kasperi Kapanen having a great shot and being a very fast skater. Have you watched Nick Robertson? He's very fast. He's got a great shot. And he's still on his rookie deal. Money. So I think he can easily slide into that role as that third-line winger for this team, no question about it. He plays with some intensity as well. You love to see it. Now, can he carry that into an 82-game schedule? We'll have to wait and see. But I think this was a fantastic move for the Leafs. They have depth at the wing. They can make this trade happen. And they did. And they got a mid-first round pick for it. And they got a youngin in Hallander. And they could possibly have a guy like Evan Rodrigues who can make an impact on your team in the defensive side of the puck, which this team stinks at. Where do you lose this trade? Let me know in the comments and give me a real reason why this team lost this trade. I don't believe they do. Now, like I said, if you're looking at stats and you're looking at numbers and making impacts right this second with this trade alone, yes, the Pittsburgh Penguins got the best player in the trade. But if you're looking at the trade as an overall thing, the Leafs got the better trade. That's my opinion. I hope you guys feel the same way. If you do, great. Let me know what you think. If you don't, let me know why. Let me know your opinion on this trade, guys. Let me know in the comments below, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and like or dislike the trade for the Leafs, smack that like button to appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the trade. You like it? You not like it? I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments. And if you like it, tell me why. If you don't, tell me why. I want to hear your guys' takes. Let me know in the comments. Twitter is down below for myself. Follow up, send me DM, do all that great stuff. Also, the Instagram link is down in the description. So follow up down there if you have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys. Heck, Raptors edition. That it will be tomorrow. I'll be doing the round 2 preview against the Boston Celtics tomorrow afternoon at some point in time. As for the Blue Jays, they start up a 3-game set against the Boston Red Sox at Salem Field. They're in Buffalo. Chase Anderson gets the ball for the Blue Jays in Game 1 against Kyle Hart. I don't know who the heck that is. And as for our Toronto Maple Leafs, I will talk to you guys probably not in the very far future as the Leafs look to continue to build a half-decent decor and half-decent team heading into next year, all right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and the trade. All right, we'll talk to you guys then.